Congress is now one step closer to codifying President Trump's spending cuts on foreign aid and public broadcasting. Overnight, in a 51-48 vote, the Senate passed the package that claws back $9 billion of previously approved funding. The measure now goes back to the House for a final vote. This needs to pass by tomorrow for the fund, or the funding continues as planned. CBS News congressional reporter Taurean Small joins us now with more on this. Taurean, you've been watching the back and forth over this rescissions bill. What changes exactly were made to get it through the upper chamber?
Well, after an overnight vote-a-rama where both sides of the aisle tried to introduce several amendments to this bill, just one ultimately went through, and that's for PEPFAR funding. This is a George W. Bush-era program that provided funding abroad to target the AIDS program. Even Republicans said that it would be a mistake to keep in this legislative package this funding, or clawing back funding for this program that, in their minds, credited to saving tens of millions of lives. This was ultimately something that Senator Susan Collins of Maine had a big issue with. But ultimately, though, what we saw happen overnight was the passage of this bill by a very slim majority without Collins' support and Senator Lisa Murkowski. There was one other Republican we were watching, that Senator Mitch McConnell of Kentucky. He voted against advancing this bill, but ultimately decided to side with the rest of the Republican Party and pushing this bill back to the House for its approval.
Now, will this package face any likely challenges in the House? We know some Republicans want deeper cuts.
Yeah, we'll be watching the House Freedom Caucus. There were quite a few members within that sect of the party who had previously complained about spending abroad, saying that the United States should focus solely on domestic issues. So the reintroduction or the pulling out of this PEPFAR program is something that we'll watch to see if it would sway. But Speaker Mike Johnson is confident that they can get this out of their chamber into the president's desk by that Friday deadline that would ultimately tank this bill if it doesn't pass by that. So today it'll be a lot of movement somewhat quickly so the speaker can get it to the president's desk as he's hoping for.
All right, Taurean Small with the latest. Thank you very much.